Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, Syracuse Stage announces their 2026 through 2027 lineup.
And Rudy's is set to open this month when you can expect some fried fish.
But first, the weather has been great these past few days. However, is this all going to last? Be sure to stick around as WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Nick Stetter.
And I'm Julianne Fike.
Some call it Fool's Spring, but the warm temperatures and sunny days we've experienced today and yesterday have people hoping for a warm March. Will this nice weather keep blessing us with its presence?
Or is cold weather sneaking upon us? Storm Team 10 meteorologist Bradley Jacobs has the answers we need. Bradley, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. And just like the warm temperatures first off, guess who's back for another night of news? It's been a little while, but just like these warm temperatures, we have rolled back and we are here hot, ready to go. Now, we will have some rain showers storming in these next few days, as well as a late week temperature drop, meaning that spring preview, that spring trial that we've had these last few weeks, that 1 week trial is ending. I'll have all this and more in my full weather forecast ahead. But for now, back to the desk with Julianne and Nick.
Thanks, Bradley. Rudy's Lakeside Drive is opening up March 18th and is preparing to celebrate its 80th year being in business. Owner Jason Livesey said that the opening date is closer to the traditional date they are used to around mid-March, but have not been able to reach that date last year due to a construction project to expand its seating area. The construction project also added insulation so people can be comfortable while sitting inside on chilly days.
The 11th annual Irish Outrun Autism 5K saw its largest turnout yet. There were 125 finishers and over 100 walkers. All the money raised from the event goes to the Oswego County Autism Task Force. They give scholarships and other resources to help students transition into adulthood. Tim Schlenecker took first place, finishing in just over 18 minutes.
This month, the American Red Cross is urging donors to help recover the national blood supply after a severe shortage. The organization believes that every blood type is crucial to keeping the blood supply steady heading into spring. Locations where people can donate include Central Square, Cleveland, Fulton, Hannibal, Oswego, and Pulaski. Here in Oswego, you can donate on March 12th and 18th, the 12th being at Oswego Hospital from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., and the 18th being at the Oswego Elks Lodge from 11:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
The Oswego Homeschool Association Performing Arts Theater program took a trip to campus. The SUNY Oswego Theater Department invited OHA for a visit celebrating performance, creativity, and community engagement. The students attended a rehearsal for All Shook Up, the upcoming musical. OHA co-producer Amy Murphy said all the kids were grateful for the experience. OHA will present Matilda at the Waterman Theater stage March 14th at 2 p.m.
The 63rd Annual Juried Student Exhibition opened today. Running through April 3rd, an art gallery made by students is able to be seen in the Tyler Hall Art Gallery. The event is sponsored by the Student Art Exhibition Club and empowers students to select jurors, support gallery operations, and help in installing the exhibition. Tree tapping season until April 25th surely is a fun way, an adventurous way to get out.
Yes, especially during a sunny day. If you're curious about tree tapping and how it started at SUNY Oswego, our reporter Sohad has the details.
Remember when COVID started and it was crazy and everybody was trying to figure out what to do? So we sort of scratched our heads and said, hey, what can we do outside that'll be safe? And maple tapping was the answer.
Jason Napolitano is one of the students who helps prep the trees to draw out the sap.
You want to pick the ever so slightest angle. You're not talking 90-degree right angle, just enough that gravity will take its course and cause stuff to run. And once you have a good angle.
Napolitano continues by then taking the pipe cleaner to clean the area and then takes his mallet while making sure not to jam it too hard. Coordinator Max Ali has the job of giving students a chance to taste some of the sap in the buckets.
All right, who wants to try some sap today?
Yes.
From being surrounded by hundreds of maple trees and exploring the tree tapping and sap tasting season, we leave from where our sweet adventure began.
Thank you, Soad. If you want to try some of the sap they tapped, you can go to the pancake event coming up on April 25th at Rice Creek.
You can also go to the SUNY Oswego events calendar for more information.
Multiple fire departments fought a 2-alarm fire at a storage unit on Route 11 in Central Square on Saturday. Slightly after 2:30, firefighters from the Central Square Fire Company were called about a fire at the 8's storage facility. When they arrived to the scene, they faced heavy flames as well as a spreading fire. The cause of this fire is currently under investigation.
Now to Cortland County, where another fire destroyed a house late Monday night. Homer and Cortlandville fire departments responded, arriving to the home on North Tower Road in Salone at 11:57 p.m. Their crew fought the fire for 2 hours before putting out the fire, but the home is a total loss. The Rosamond Gifford Zoo is making some updates. Zoo visitors can now see an Amur leopard named Grover and a pair of black and rufous elephant shrews. The Amur leopard is an endangered species with only 200 left in the wild. Grover's placement is part of the species survival plan to help maintain genetic diversity. Interim Director Dan Midas has also officially joined the team as Executive Director.
Syracuse has announced the schedule for onstage performances in the 2026 through 2027 season. Some of the top new performances include a brand new drama of Syracuse's championship-winning NBA team. This will be the 54th season of productions for Syracuse University. Tickets will go on sale in July and can be purchased online, over the phone, or at the box office.
A 4th grade student at Liverpool Elementary School brought a pepper ball to class thinking it was a Pokeball. The student found the ball near his front yard while getting on the bus, and at around 10 a.m. the student threw it on the floor in the middle of class. The contents of the ball sprayed in the air, causing the class to be evacuated for a little over an hour. While the school did not call first responders, a message was sent out to the parents. No one was injured.
Staying in the Syracuse area, the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade is this Saturday, and it will result in some road closures. Several downtown street closures will begin Saturday morning at 8 and will reopen once the parade has concluded. The ceremonial painting of the stripe will be on Friday between Washington Street and Erie Boulevard West. As for the parade itself, it will start Saturday at noon. It is cold and flu season, so what's the best way to keep yourself healthy?
WTOP-10 reporter Leon Brooker went to Mary Walker Health Center to find out.
My name is Leon Brooker, and I'm here at Dr. Mary Walker Health Center to interview Angela Brown, the director, on this year's cold and flu season, and what students should do if they get sick, and how to prevent getting sick.
Usually we talk to students about taking care of themselves, right? So if your immune system is good, that means that you're able to fight things off. So getting adequate sleep, good nutrition, most importantly, making sure you're washing your hands before you eat, you touch your face, any of that type of stuff. If you're sick, we want you to rest, we want you to hydrate, but we also, if you're able to go to class, then try that. But if you're really sick, then you need to let your professors know and you need to stay home and recuperate. We make sure that we have adequate medications here on board. We make sure that we're doing education with students. You'll see that all of us providers and nurses wear masks when we see students all through the sick season because we're protecting ourselves. Because if we're sick, then we can't care for the students. So we're trying to also keep ourselves as healthy as possible.
Besides just treating sickness, Mary Walker treats injuries and can help to answer your questions if you don't know what's going on. They can give referrals to outside offices if they do not have what is required to treat you. They prescribe PrEP, which is a preventative medication for HIV. They provide gender-affirming care as well as an eating disorder care. And if you have any questions, please feel free to come to Dr. Mary Walker Health Center and ask. That's all from me. I'm Leon Brooker, and back to you at the desk.
Still ahead tonight, the latest on barge fire down the Atlantic coast, the fire lasting for hours.
Plus, new developments on the terrorist attack in New York City, the mayor speaking out, and the FBI getting involved. We'll be right back on WTOP-10.
Welcome back to the DK experience. Go back to your job.
Every NFL fan has played for the last 15 games. Maybe
Writing a letter to the NFL fans? Get out of here with that. Let me finish.
No,
Let me finish.
Stop.
Johnny Manziel, that guy, he's a loser.
No, that's.
Oh.
Watch the DK experience.
Is there anything interesting happening in here? Joe, is there anything interesting happening in here?
Yes, there is some interesting stuff tonight. We're doing our weather outside.
Oh, okay.
Our quick weather.
Never mind.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to your nightly news here on WTOP-10. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Bradley Jacobs. Now, taking a current look at some current conditions outside, it's still relatively mild, more around our average temperature for this time of year, around 41 degrees with some clouds, maybe a few storms, rain showers here and there progressively sneaking in. Dew points sitting at 39, relatively humid with a 91% relative humidity percent. Pressure right around 1,000 millibars or so, leaving it, some inclement weather indicating that that's going to be coming in, and a little bit breezy, winds from the northeast at about 10 miles per hour. Now, one of the big stories we've been talking about is how warm the region has been these last few days. We can see Ithaca, even at 9 o'clock at night right now, still at 60 degrees, which is really, really above average. Everyone else, still a little bit cooler in the North Country, but still very well average for this time of year. Now, what can we expect going forward? Well, we can see that we're going to have some warm temperatures still sticking around tomorrow, but then that almost 30-degree drop and those cooler temperatures and old-time winter man starting to return to the region. Now, we can even see this here looking across the country. West Coast areas everywhere west of the plains still going to be above average for the next few days over the course of next week, and everywhere east of the Mississippi relatively cooler as we might expect, especially with the precipitation we're going to have incoming. Now we can see, looking ahead to tomorrow morning, we're going to have some rain showers and potentially some thunderstorm activity. Again, really warm temperatures right now across the region for tomorrow, but we're going to see those rainstorms kind of come on throughout the day into Wednesday night. We can see even a little bit lake effect here in the eastern regions, but again, just rain after rain after rain. And once this front moves out, we see those temperatures drop almost 60 degrees and some like lake effect snow kind of coming off the east. A little bit of snow showers here and there we might be seeing, and 2 places relatively east of us as well. So now, friendly reminder for what we're going to be expecting over the next few days on our forecast finder game: storms, wind, rain, cloudy. And that's really going to be the name of the game, taking a look at the 7-day forecast here. Again, 66 down to 29 and 34. We're going to have that kind of mixed precipitation and snow showers heading into the weekend as our spring trial has run out currently. Hopefully we can get that subscription going back up in the later half of March. But Sunday and then heading in towards next week, we can see winter is returning for St. Patrick's Day with that high of 24 degrees. That's all for my 4 other forecasts for tonight. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Bradley. In state news, the New York Police Department have released that the device found near the home of Mayor Zohran Mamdani's residence is non-threatening. This comes after a suspicious device was discovered near the home of the mayor, prompting the police department to secure the area in response. 2 teenagers were charged with offenses including terrorism and using a weapon of destruction after they allegedly threw improvised explosive devices during an anti-Islam demonstration outside the residence of Mamdani. Overnight, the FBI searched a storage unit in the 2 teenagers' home state of Pennsylvania. Michael Yoshida has the latest.
The FBI detonating explosive materials found during a search of a Pennsylvania storage facility Monday night. This scene playing out not far from the homes of 2 teenagers arrested in Saturday's attempted terror attack in New York City.
Motivated by extremist ideology and inspired by a violent foreign terrorist organization.
18-year-old Amir Balat and 19-year-old Ibrahim Kayumi, both of Pennsylvania, are accused of tossing makeshift bombs at an anti-Islam protest outside the New York City mayor's home. The mayor and his wife were not home at the time.
Had these IEDs functioned the way the perpetrators allegedly wanted them to, they could have caused death, destruction.
The teens are facing federal charges including providing material support to a terrorist organization and using a weapon of mass destruction.
Balat and Kayumi sought to incite fear and mass suffering through this alleged attempted terror attack in the backyard of an elected city official.
The incident happened during the Islamic holy month of Ramadan, as protesters and counter-protesters squared off near Gracie Mansion, the official mayoral home in New York City.
Extremism and hatred of any kind will not be tolerated in our city.
Police say both suspects claim to be inspired by ISIS, with court documents saying after his arrest, Balat pledged his allegiance to the Islamic State on a piece of paper.
He also told investigators that he had hoped to carry out an attack even bigger than the Boston Marathon bombing.
Balat and Kayumi had no criminal histories, according to police. Both are being held without bail. I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Staying in the city, a man is wanted after pushing an 83-year-old and a 30-year-old onto train tracks in Manhattan. Authorities released photos of the man who is wanted in connection for the random attack targeting the two victims in the New York City subway system. Fortunately, neither of the victims were hit by a train, and they were pulled back to safety by witnesses on the platform. The 30-year-old was treated for minor injuries, and the 83-year-old was taken to the hospital in critical conditions. The suspect has yet to be taken into custody.
Just down the Atlantic coast, a massive fire erupted on a barge carrying piles of scrap metal on the Delaware Bay, just outside of Philadelphia. The U.S. Coast Guard responded to reports of a fire this morning, dispatching a helicopter and 2 boats, along with local fire departments on standby. A tugboat was moving the unmanned barge at the time of the fire, with no injuries being reported. Ship traffic was not impacted, but the blaze did burn for several hours. The cause of the fire remains under investigation.
Firefighters across downstate have had a busy start to the week as the Patterson Fire Department was called into action saving a puppy from a ledge near a waterfall. The rescue came just 60 miles north of the city, where the 14-month-old puppy had fallen down a 15-foot cliff. Firefighters were called to the scene to find the puppy just inches from a waterfall, with some rescuers even waiting downstream if he were to fall in. The puppy escaped the ordeal unharmed and was returned to his grateful owner.
Now to a national headline, as the FBI has increased the reward to $1 million for information that leads to the arrest of Omar Alexander Cardenas. Cardenas is on the FBI's top 10 most wanted fugitive list, and he was charged in 2019 for shooting a man in a barbershop and fleeing. California police say that they believe that he could still be in the country, possibly working in construction. He should be considered armed and extremely dangerous, and anyone who has information is asked to contact the police.
Pop star singer Rihanna appears to be okay after her home was hit by gunfire in broad daylight on Sunday. The suspect allegedly fired multiple shots from a car outside of her home. Police arrested 31-year-old Ivana Ortiz for attempted murder. She had a prior record of domestic violence dating back to 2023. The motive for the shooting is still unknown.
Still ahead tonight, we will reveal our picture of the week.
But first, a final puck update from the Lakers men's hockey team following their loss to Hobart on Saturday, plus the full sports report from our sports anchor, Casey DeSalle. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching.
I saw bread, and I want some bread.
I feel like the amount of work that we get here is very different than a community college. So at my last school, we had at least an essay a week that was due for any given class.
Yeah. Also makes you really appealing because you start in the fall, where it's kind of like, well, still good school.
If it's hockey,
It's what they score!
it's on Hockey Talk. Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Their behavior against easy teams. How do you lose to the Bruins twice?
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, Mondays at 9:30 after East Coast hockey games. Only on WTOP.
Oh boy!
I feel like I should play dirty.
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy! I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon. Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here. Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still?
Joe, I'm going to sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 News with your full sports report for tonight. I'm Casey DeSalle. The Oswego Lakers men's hockey team fell in the SUNYAC championship game on Saturday night, losing 4-0 to the top-seeded Hobart Statesmen. Following the loss, WTOP-10 sports reporter Parker Voris has the recap on the successful Lakers campaign.
It was not the night the Lakers were looking for as they suffered a 4-0 loss in the SUNYAC championship against the Hobart Statesmen on Saturday night. But head coach Ed Gosick said he was proud of his team's effort, even if a few costly mistakes made the difference.
Our plays are the compete level, right? You just felt we deserve better. Like, you make your breaks and a couple of, costly mistakes. You make mistakes like we did. It caught us shit.
And one of those costly mistakes came in the third period when Jonathan Bala was unable to stop his momentum near the Oswego net, resulting in an unfortunate own goal.
On the third, obviously, scoring on ourselves, it's not a good thing.
Despite the loss, Gosick said he was proud of his senior class, calling them one of the most enjoyable groups he's coached, and said the emotion in the locker room after the game showed just how much this team cared.
What it means to our seniors, in the locker room afterwards, they competed every day in practice. They brought it, great attitude. Just an enjoyable group to be around.
Gosick also believes the Lakers are closing the gap with Hobart, the three-time defending champions, but says there's still a lot of work to do.
We're catching up. We closed the gap, and there's a reason they haven't lost this year. There's a reason they're three-time defending champs, and we have to sharpen our pencils and try to outwork them with the recruiting and preparation, and get back at them next year.
There may be disappointment, but Gosick says there are plenty of positives to build on as the Lakers look ahead to next season. For now, though, the Lakers leave their sticks on the ice until next year. Parker Voris, WTOP-10 News.
With the NCAA tournament now underway, the conference lost North Lakers out of an at-large bid, missing the tournament for the first time since 2024. On to some lacrosse. After winning the SUNYAC championship last year, the Oswego women's lacrosse team is off to a rather shaky start. Across their first 4 games, Lakers are 1-3, already tying their total losses from last season. However, none of those losses are from conference play. They will look to get things back on track tomorrow against Nazareth University. Game time for that one is 4 p.m. at NLPA Field in Rochester. Sticking with lacrosse, the Oswego men's lacrosse team will be facing the SUNY Brockport Golden Eagles tomorrow. The men's team is off to a 2-1 start, with their last victory coming over the weekend against Alfred University. Trey Jones led the scoring for the Lakers in that one with 5 points off of 3 goals and 2 assists. Catch tomorrow's game at Laker Turf Stadium at 4 p.m. Moving over to the gridiron, it's only March, but the NFL is all the rage right now. The free agency frenzy is in full effect, with big names flying off the board left and right. Just today, the Eagles announced they will be signing Tariq Woolen on a 1-year deal for $15 million. Another sign today was former Packers receiver Romeo Doubs. Doubs is coming off a career high in receiving yards and will be taking his talents to New England on a 4-year, $80 million contract. And in breaking news, Max Crosby and the Ravens have rescinded their trade. This will send the 2026 and 2027 first-round picks back to the Raiders. The reason for that will be a medical reason. NFL fans, keep your eye on that one. Now for some basketball, as former NBA MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has tied Wilt Chamberlain for the most 20-point games in a row. He has scored 20 points in 126 consecutive games. SGA tied the record on a three-pointer in the third quarter to put him at 22 points last night against Denver Nuggets. He then won the game on a triple later in the game, finishing his night with 35 points. Alexander will look to break this record this Thursday against the scorching hot Boston Celtics. Now let's head to Daekoin Park, where Mexico faces USA in the World Baseball Classic. Paul Skeens on towing the slab, and there's Jaron Duran. We're going to start this one here in the top of the third. Aaron Judge gets the ball in right field, fires it all the way to third base. Nail it. Joey Ortiz. Now we'll move to the bottom of the third. Here is Aaron Judge at the plate. Hits this one, Apo Taco. Here comes the Judge. What can this guy not do? Bringing USA on his back. Fast forward now to the 5th inning. USA is up 5 as Duran smacks this one the other way. Bon voyage baseball, and Team Mexico gets on the board. Here it is just one more time. Great pitches at the plate. The outside fastball the other way. In the 8th inning, now Duran up again as he hammers this one deep to right. And he'll break out the sombrero once again. It's now 3-5 USA, and we got a close one heading to the 9th. In the 9th inning, Will look on the mound to pitch, and Alec Thomas will ground out to Bryce Terang to end this thriller in Houston. USA takes sole possession of first place in Pool B of the World Baseball Classic with this victory. Coming up, we will reveal our picture of the week right here on WTOP-10.
I'm scared of Joe with a pit. Okay?
Okay.
Let me show you, because your team is a filthy. You don't know how to score, right?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Just like that.
That's actually. Let me show you the Bronx Bomber way of doing it. Ready? Ready?
I swear to God. Oh my
Everyone.
All right, put the bat down.
This number's like. Sorry, Joey. You're right. Sorry.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you? Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP-10.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 News, and it is time to reveal our picture of the week.
The winner this week is Nick Stetter, with this picture from high school, along with WTOP-10 sports director Mike Neckers.
Nick and Mike played soccer together in high school, and now they are both key contributors to the club.
If you would like to submit a picture, you can email our producers Logan Russo or Eddie McAlpine.
Well, that's our report for tonight.
Be sure to stay tuned for the unofficial sports show with Wine and Zoe.
Thank you for watching, and enjoy the nice weather.
Have a great night, everyone.